Hello and welcome to a Not So Awesome review, and today we are looking at the Mcfarlande's Toys Destiny Vault of Glass Titan action figure. I don't know what to say about it. I think, okay, let's start with this. The sculpt on the figure looks amazing. There's really no getting by that, especially on this one. I had an option today of buying the Titan or the, what was it, the Hunter, which I'm a Hunter in the game. Yes, people still play the game. But the Titan just looks so good that I couldn't help but get it. I'm gonna try and see if I get that other figure later and some of the other ones maybe. I don't know. Like, I want them because I love Destiny. It's a really good game. Just these figures, it's Mcfarlande. Mcfarlande is always a mixed bag when it comes to figures. Now, they do an amazing job at sculpt. I think every time they put out a figure, the sculpt usually looks really, really good. The articulation, however, it always suffers, and it's really disappointing because as much as I really want this guy to be able to do a whole bunch of stuff and look a lot cooler than he kind of can't do too much because of the limited articulation. Now, I can understand some of it is due to kind of the sculpt and having to work around it, but I will say that I do like it better than the last series they did with the Halo figures. I know they don't do them anymore, but they did not come out good. Anyways, quick look at what he comes with is the stand. Right here it says Destiny. It doesn't say, Warlock Hunter or anything like that, which would be nice, just that I'm assuming all the other figures are going to come with that, like a standard Destiny stand, which is cool. I do like it. It will look good on display. A little ghost, figure right here, which the detail on it is really good. All the other figures, from what I can tell, do come with different ghosts, so that is a nice little touch. And he does come with, I'm not good with the names of the weapons. I'm pretty sure it's Gjallarhorn, but I could be completely wrong. Do not hate on me if I got the name wrong, but you can see here that the detail on it is really nice. The gold on it looks good. You can see the little insignia on there. You can see right here the wolf. It looks really good. The detail on it, it's really nice. I wish the white was a little bit whiter, as I think it would look so much better if it was like a really clean white. It's a little bit of an off-white on here, but it's still, you gotta just, it is nice. Now, there is this peg here that does pop off if you do not want it on. Does have a peg on his back to peg in a weapon right there, but unfortunately he doesn't have a peg anywhere else, so he can only peg in one weapon and hold one, the other one being the shotgun, which I don't know the name of this one. It does have a couple of little insignias right there, fit the focus. Kind of make them out right there. It is nice. It's pretty plain aside from the copper color and that little insignia. Again, a peg pops off if you don't want to have it on when he's holding it. They look nice. I'm not gonna lie. These weapons look amazing. Just gonna put these back here and see if I can move the camera just slightly up so I can do this. I need to figure out better lighting, honestly. But yeah. Sculpt-wise, I think this figure looks amazing. Let me move the camera back a little bit. Apologize for any noises and stuff. But, yeah, you can see here the boots does have a little peg on the right one. A little bit of treads on the bottom right there. The detail on it looks good. The little sash thing doesn't lift all the way. It's rubber. But, the detail on it looks really good. Even the back of the pants, it's really, really nice. We got these little weird kind of blade things. The copper on his armor looks really good. His pouches right here. See the little insignia right there, looks good. The knife looks good, but it doesn't come out, which I wish it did. That would have been an awesome bonus. X's right here. Copper, the red touches right there. It is really, it is really nice. And I can tell you right now that for sure my camera is not doing it justice. Hopefully I'll get one more light and some brighter light bulbs, and that'll fix my kind of, you know, my videos are a little bit dimmer than I like them to be. So hopefully that fixes that. And, you know, just if you want to see, it does stand on the stand pretty good. Like I said, he has that peg hole back here. You can just peg in either of the weapons. Both hands are open, though the left one is more open than the right, and the peg is kind of stuck in there. Which, whatever, I'll just leave that there for right now. Yeah, you can see that both hands are slightly open. But it is difficult to get the weapons in, and there is no trigger finger, which kind of bugs me. I think it would have been nice to have alternate hands that you could just fit onto the weapons. Articulation wise, let's see if I can lower this a little bit. Whoa, too much. Alright, articulation wise, he can't really look up too much. You know, it's just a little bit, but it's mostly a straight look. Can look down a noticeable amount, and does have a pivot to the left and the right, and can rotate all the way around, though. You know, his head goes up. His arms don't really come out that far, and it is mostly because of this because of this armor right here. So I would assume that figures with less armor on the shoulders will be able to do a little bit better than that. They can rotate all the way around, which is good. He has a single jointed elbow, which is alright. It's nothing special. Can't really rotate it to the left or the right too much. Can kind of go like that, but can't go out too much. Can go in a little bit, you can see. And his hand does turn all the way around, but there's no hinge, which is a little disappointing. It does feel like the hand can pop off. I don't know if it's supposed to or not, but it does feel like it. He does have a upper chest kind of, I don't even know what you want to call that, ball joint, but it can't really move forward. Again, I think it's because of the armor. Can go back that much. That's as much as he's gonna lean back. But like I said, he can't really go forward too much. He can kind of pivot, and I'm forcing it a little bit here, loosening up the joint a bit. He can turn side to side, and there is no actual waist joint. It's alright. Like I said, I think it's mostly the armor on him that's kind of hindering it, though. Again, I'm sure there's ways to work around it. The legs, let me do this. This leg can go up about that much because of the pouches right here on his belt, and this leg can go up quite a bit more. It can, let's see, this leg kicks back about that much, and this leg kicks back about that much because of the little rubber skirt thing right there. His knee bends right there. It's not horrible. It's pretty decent, and it does have kind of a turn once you bend it, but when it's static and all the way straight, it doesn't really turn too much. The leg itself can go down a pretty good ways, go up a little bit, and not, I want to say it does have a pivot. You know, you can tell it has a pivot, but it's not that big, and it's because, again, the metal, why do I keep saying metal? The armor gets in the way. So I will say, you know, they did try to do a good job with the articulation. I'm not going to take that away from them. I think, you know, with the fact that he is really armor heavy, they did a pretty good job. They painted it amazingly. I think the figure itself looks awesome. I just really do wish it could articulate a little bit better, but it's hard to complain. I mean, it looks really, really good. And just with a quick size comparison, here's what it is standing next to a old Mcfarlande Halo figure, you know, before the line got canceled, and it is definitely standing taller. I believe these ones were about 5 inches tall. I do have a ruler right here so we can check his height out really quick, and he stands just about 6 1/4 inches. I can't give you the other measurement because it doesn't have it on that ruler, so I apologize for that. You can see Kelly did fall over here, but yeah, it's about 6 1/4 inches. I believe these are about 5 inches, and in case anyone wants to see a comparison with the, I believe it's Hasbro, or no, it's Mattel. I want to say it's Mattel that's making these. Halo figures, they stand pretty good to each other. I'll say this: if these figures could have that paint job, it would be really good. Or if this figure could have that articulation, just do a mix match of them, they would be perfect. The Master Chief here looks like he could use a little bit of a black wash, a little bit painting up to make him look better. This Titan figure looks amazing, but it could use some of Master Chief's articulation. I know a lot of people don't like these newer Mattel ones, especially I think it was Fred and Kelly had issues with the armor staying on. Mine, they're pretty good. The butt plate falls off easy on all of them, but for the most part they're pretty good. And a quick size comparison next to a Marvel Legends figure, I have Daredevil right here. Let me just straighten this guy out. And I want to say, they do scale in pretty good to each other, especially considering, he's a little bit of a bigger figure, but he's in armor, so he should look a little bit bulkier. And yeah, I would say that they definitely do scale in pretty good, unlike the Halo figures, where Master Chief is supposed to be, super tall. It doesn't really work with these, but when it comes with this, I think it definitely fits. Master Chief, really, if he was standing next to Daredevil, should be just about maybe quarter of an inch taller next to one of these Guardians. You can fudge it. They're in armor. Who knows? But yeah, that is pretty much my review for the Destiny Hunter figure. And I said Hunter, it is a Titan. It's late, if you haven't noticed. I said armor a lot more than I thought I was going to. But yeah, definitely check these out. I got mine at GameStop. I believe that the release date for these are this month, so go out and check out your GameStops. I'm going to try and get the other ones and do reviews on them, because they do look amazing. Just if you want a quick, look, see how hard it is to put the gun in the hand. It is pretty difficult. The hands are rubber, but you do have to kind of like work it in there. If you're afraid of breaking them, just, use a hair dryer or some warm water to try and help you out there. I do feel like the arm, or the hand I should say, is loose on this one right here compared to this one that feels a little bit tighter, so that's kind of disappointing. But aside from that, it's not a bad figure. Does he pose well? Well, we'll see here at the end of the video with the little picture montage. Kind of hard to get into poses when I'm behind the camera, but my only other complaint, I guess, would be that I do wish they did what they did with the Mega Blocks, or Mega Constructs now, and given us a little translucent peg for his back that he could have the ghost hovering. I think that would have been really nice to have. Otherwise, you're just going to basically want to put the ghost right there. If you're going to be displaying this guy out of box, just kind of have it sitting like that or something. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I will try to have more of these up when I get them, hopefully soon. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll try to answer them. And goodbye. Alright, so before I actually end this for real, I just wanted to say a few more things. I did pose it around to take those pictures, and it's really annoying because this left hand did loosen up on me a lot. Basically, it can't really hold the gun that well. It kept wanting to turn over. It's leaning to the right, which is why it's not doing it now. And this little, I don't know if you can see it, the little handle right here, I did try to get him in a position where he could hold the gun with both hands, and it broke on me. I used the glue to put it back together. Right now it looks like it's holding, and it's really disappointing. So I will say, if you're going to get these, definitely be super careful. Like I said, Mcfarlande, you make things that look really good, but this isn't the first time I've bought a figure from them that's had issues where something is kind of broken or the articulation isn't that good. Do I still recommend it? Yeah, if you're not going to really play around with it too much, it is still a really nice figure. You can still mess with it. Just like I said, be careful with it. Be extra careful with it. And in case anyone's like, oh, well, it's a collectible, it's not supposed to be playing with it, not, it's an action figure. I don't care if it's a collectible action figure or not. An action figure is an action figure, and it should be able to be posed around and, look good without it having to break easily or have super big issues. First and foremost, to me, action figures need that articulation. They need to be able to be handled, but maybe not too roughly. I will give them that. Just 12 and up, but still, I feel like if you're making action figures and they have issues where they break really easily, or they loosen up really fast, then you gotta fix that, because like I said, I don't care if it's collectible or not, especially when it's more expensive. I've seen, like, this is gonna be a little bit of a rant, but I've seen action figures, like, people talk about Figuarts and Figma figures and stuff, and some people saying how this broke or that broke, and then there's always somebody saying, well, it's a collectible, you're not supposed to be doing. No, it's still technically an action figure. It's supposed to be able to pose around and stuff. Especially if I'm paying more money, it should be able to handle more abuse. And it kind of seems like, not this figure, obviously, because it's a $20 figure, but when it comes to more expensive premium figures, it's easier to break for some reason, and that's just sad, because for the price, the figure should hold up a lot better and be able to be played with a lot rougher. It's an action figure. If I wanted a statue, I would buy a statue. Anyways, that is my little rant for that. Like I said, it's still really nice. Just be careful with this long piece here. I did use some Loctite on it, and it's sticking on pretty good, so hopefully that'll stay on. Even though the Loctite I'm using is flexible glue, it should hopefully still stay on. And yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. See you guys later. Goodbye.